Our agent is Elaine, Roberto, and we've known her for quite some time. She's sold several houses for us.
And helped us purchase a house.
And we recently purchased a house with Elaine.
Well,
go ahead.
Okay, I'll say one thing I'll never forget. It was the day before a closing on one of our houses, and I won't say who it was, but an inspector came through and found out there was some damage on the house that had previously not been recognized, and that it was going to cost a significant amount of money to repair. And I went ballistic. And a day before closing, it was like, how can this be? How could this have happened? And so immediately called Elaine, and at that time she was with someone else, a partner of hers, and they were so gracious. They came over immediately because they knew I was having a definite meltdown. And they came over, and I'll never forget what Elaine said to me. She was so calm, and she said, Charlene, don't worry at all. It's totally covered. Look, it's in the small print in the contract. I always make sure I do this for all my clients. I put that they will only have to come up with X number of dollars and no more for this issue. And it was like somebody just wrapped their arms around me and comforted me. So it was such a blessing. I mean, they saw my distress, and she just helped calm me right down. It was wonderful.
Well, I think Elaine she has a great personality, and she has that calming influence. And so our most recent purchase was a kind of a complicated ordeal, and she kind of smoothed out the waters and kept things very calm for us. But she also helped us with contractors, introduced us to contractors.
Because we didn't know anybody to use.
What could have been a very unpleasant experience was actually a very good experience. We actually had a lot of enjoyment and some fun, fixing up this particular house that we purchased.
It needed a lot of work.
So we were most grateful, and Elaine was always smiling. She would come over, and even on a bad day, and things got better.
Always helpful.
It was
always helpful. And I mean, that's invaluable when we were coming also from Massachusetts. And so we can relate what it was like from a previous person to say how difficult it is when you're trying to sell a house in one state and move to another state, and moving, like I said, it was to a complicated transaction deal. And Elaine just smoothed the waters. And also, she was dealing with the house was being negotiated with people from California. So it was also a time difference she had to deal with. And she was so gracious about the entire ordeal. And it was wonderful.
We recommend her all the time. In fact,
all the time.
We very recently recommended her. And I know that the people that have seen her recently within the past few weeks are very happy and very content with the work that she's already doing. In fact, I don't want to put this out there, because he even texted her at 11 o'clock at night, and I know that Elaine prefers not to get those late texts, but she answered it, and he was so impressed with that. So they're looking forward to moving to Williamsburg. They're from out of town.
Yeah, we just can't say enough good things about Elaine. She's like no other realtor we've ever met before, and always makes time for you. No matter how complicated things might be in her world, she seems to always have time for you. And what a blessing that is.